So for those of you that are looking for something a little bit newer and a little bit nicer to drive, this would be a good option. This is a 2024 Chevy Malibu. I actually had a chance to drive this up to Peace River. When we first came in on trade, I used it to drive up and take a look at some other vehicles we were buying, and just gets phenomenal fuel economy. If I remember correctly, it was something like 7 liters per 100 kilometers or something crazy. So really good fuel economy. Good looking car too. Across the front, you notice I got the redesign when they redid it. Kind of got the furrowed brow look, I guess, is what I'm looking for when I describe it. So it looks pretty sharp. Down the side, it's got the black aluminum rims. The previous owner did black out the windows on the side. These have been aftermarket tint done onto it. We left it on. You can get a ticket for that apparently. So if you do decide you don't want it on there, just give us a heads up and we'll take them off for you. And that way you won't have to get a ticket. But we would hate to take it off and then have you go put it back on again. That's just kind of a waste of money. So we'll let you decide what you want to do there. Inside, it's nice and clean and tidy. It's got the cloth seats. You can see here it's got this little lever that you can pump up and down. You can use that to raise the seat up and down, make it a little bit more comfortable. One nice thing about that, too, is if you're getting a bit older and sometimes it's a little bit harder to get into these seats when it's way down there, so you can kind of raise it up and make it a little bit more comfortable to get in and out. Nice floor mats, all form fitted, lots of storage. You got your glove box in here. There's all your owner's manuals and that kind of stuff. On the doors, there's lots of map pockets, some storage, some cup holders, that kind of stuff. In the back, open it up in here, you can see it's got the bench seat in the back. There's a fold down little armrest here too, so the rear passengers can get pretty comfortable. Fair amount of leg room in the back, although if you did probably pull that seat all the way back and recline it, it gets a little bit tighter back here, but lots of room for a normal sized person. Maybe if you're two people, 6'4", sitting one in front of the other, maybe a bit more uncomfortable, but lots of room. Same thing in the back with storage. Got some map pockets in there, extra doodads. The LT model, you'll notice here on the bumper, it's got these little sensors built right in, so if you're about to back into somebody, it'll start beeping at you, let you know before you back into somebody that you're about to hit something. Pop the rear trunk here. Nice big trunk, kind of shoot ahead. These seats do fold down. You can pull this lever here if you want. Same, both sides, they split fold. We'll pop that down. I'll show you here in a second. Underneath here, there's what they call for a spare tire nowadays is like a little compressor. You can use that to pump it up and to get a flat tire. They got like an air sealant kit in there, and then you pump it up. If you really want, you could probably go get yourself a tire jack and iron and all that kind of stuff from a wrecker and put it in there if you wanted, or GM could probably provide it for you too. In the back, I'll show you how the seat folds down. Just grab it here. You can see how that lays down, and now you got access all the way to the back. The other side folds down too if you want a bit more room, but it's kind of handy this way. You could like throw in, say about I don't know, what would you have those long? A couple of hockey sticks. You could lay them in here, and then you could still sit on the passenger side if you had to. Go into like a hockey tournament or something. In the front, we'll just kind of go through some stuff here real quick. It's got power windows, power locks, power mirrors. The driver's seat is power operated, so it goes forward and back. It also has the power recline for the driver. It also goes up and down, of course. And then you got lower back support here. You just press that button, pumps out a little airbag in your back, make it a little bit more comfortable. On the dash, we're going to fire it right up. Just kind of got a little press button here. Just press that. That's how you start it. So 22,701 kilometers on it. Time of this little video. Oops, turn the volume down here. Couple things. You've got your cruise control over here, and it's also got lane keep assist, so you can turn that off and on. Kind of nice when you're driving down the road. It just keeps your a little bit safer because it keeps you in your own lane. If you're about to run into somebody, it lets you know. You've also got this little joypad over here. Allows you to change the dash screen there so you can get different information, distance to empty, fuel economy, all that kind of stuff. You can see it's 7.5 liters per 100. Most of that, I think, was probably that trip to Peace River that I made the other day. Nice big touch screen. You can kind of scroll through it there. It's got like the little touch screen so you can access different things. You can also pair your phone up to this, so you can use your Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, all that kind of stuff when you're going on road trips, that sort of thing. In fact, I find it almost easier. You can just Google where you want to go, and then the Google Maps will just show up on there rather than trying to program it in on like if you have a factory nav. This one doesn't have the factory nav. It's just got the Apple CarPlay feature. Heated seats. Just hit that button, turn them off and on, which makes it a little nicer in the wintertime. It's also got dual zone climate controls. You just turn the knobs here, set the temperature where you'd like it to be, and then you can sync them up so they're both at the same temperature, and they'll just automatically go to whatever temperature you've selected. Just hit auto, it'll automatically do it for you. Automatic transmission, nice and easy to use. Put it in drive. This is your e-brake nowadays. You just pull that to turn your emergency brake on. You take your e-brake off, you just press on the real brake and just push that button down. It releases your rear brakes. Park assist, you can turn that off and on just by hitting that button. Those are those sensors we talked about. And they've also can access your traction control. You can turn it off there if you want to spin your tires for some reason. Say you're stuck in a snowbank or whatever and you need to spin your tires to get out. So if you're looking to get into a car that's good on mileage and a little bit of room, something really comfortable to drive on longer road trips, I think this would be a great choice for you, at least certainly an alternative you're going to take a look at. We'd invite you to come down, have a cup of coffee with us, take it for a drive, and we'll send you home in a Chevy Malibu. Hope to see you soon.